Hello, everyone. It's Thursday night, and I hope you had a beautiful day today. Um, but I still wanted to come on before I go to bed tonight so we can catch up with each other and see where we at with the discussions we had yesterday. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dr. Bernardine. I am a mom, and also I am an online business entrepreneur. I come on here every evening to discuss one or two topics that I have, found that is challenging to a lot of people. I have a large community and I want us to grow together. I know you've eaten dinner, you're relaxing, you're getting ready to go to bed, or you're in bed already. But I still need you to join in this class. Those who were in my class last night, I gave you guys assignments. And what was the assignment? This week we are discussing about storytelling. I was trying to get people to get on board and get people to get online and start creating content, even if that's just what they can do. Just go ahead and do it. So I asked you guys to tell us your wins this week, to tell us your challenges, and also to share with us how you overcame those challenges. That was the assignment yesterday. So if you were in my class last night, I want you to drop in the comment section whether you're here with me live or you're watching the replay, and let me know how that assignment went. And I wanted people to actually go ahead and post it and tell me, come back on my page and let me know that they actually did their first post, and take credit for that. And that's how that success begins. It begins with the first move, with that first decision. So I wanted to have a little recap about what we discussed yesterday. So today we have a very important topic too to go over with together. You can notice a trend. A lot of, when you open up the social media, previously they thought that content creators were people who probably didn't really have too much to do for themselves, or people who didn't even have a lot of education, or people who people who are just trying to find something to do. But nowadays, professionals, people who are well read, people who are in different professionals and doing very well for themselves, have realized one thing, that the workplace have shifted, the economy have shifted, business have shifted. So many things have moved from the way it was. People have come to that realization. We have AI everywhere. AI is even doing so many different things. It's doing surgery. That's something that's technical. AI is even doing surgery on humans. We have AI assisted surgery. We have so many different things that AI is doing. AI is writing notes. Is writing clinical notes. AI AI is now the office person. If you call in most of the offices, AI is answering instead of human beings. So the way we do business have changed. Economy have changed. The workplace have changed. Market is online. Banking is online. Doctor's clinic is online. Name it. So everyone is realizing that. Professionals themselves are also realizing that something has shifted. So that is why a lot of professionals are waking up. Waking up. Everyone is waking up. That's why when you open up most of these platforms, you see professionals, you see nurses, you see physicians, you see IT people, you see engineers. Different kinds of people are all jumping the space because they have seen that the world have changed. So without wasting much time, we're going to dive in to find out why so many professionals are turning into online entrepreneurs. They are not even asking, should I start an online entrepreneurship? They're not asking that anymore. What they're asking is, why did I not start sooner? So welcome again to another edition of this Connector Family that we're doing here in Classroom, and where we discuss so many critical topics that's going to help us grow, that's going to help us come out of our comfort zones, that is going to help us to challenge ourselves and start building that legacy that we deserve. Please let me know where you're watching from. Drop in the comment section, let us know where you're watching from, or even if you're watching the replay, let us know. We would like to know. And because we're streaming on Facebook, we're streaming on YouTube, and we want to know where you're watching from. And like I said, why is this change occurring? Why is everybody moving into the online space? What is going on? We know that accountants stay in the office. We know nurses stay in the hospital or in the clinics. We know IT people stay in their IT offices. But what is going on? Why are they all jumping online? Is it just because they want to make extra income? Or is it that they are pursuing something bigger? Let's look into that. Let's dive into it. Number one point is that, like I said, the workplace have changed. 20 years ago, just having one job was enough. And 20 years ago, people followed the traditional things when we were taught. We were all taught to go to school, make good grades, get a good job, work on that job for 30 years, retire, and earn 70-80% of that pension. And use that 70 or 80% to sustain yourself for the rest of your life. 70 or 80% of an income that wasn't even enough when you had 100%. What makes you think that 70% will be enough for you when you retire? But anyway, that's story for another day. But professionals are realizing the real gist. So they are now finding out how limiting depending on one source of income is. It is actually close to none. It's extremely limiting. It cuts down your options that you have in life. It cuts down your quality of life, because you have to have that purchasing power to be able to do the things that you like to do, to be able to live the dream life that you're looking at. So people are now able to build businesses online. People are now able to sell digital products from anywhere they are. People are now able to partner with companies that are not even close to them, partner with companies in other countries, do business with people around the world without even having to travel over there. That is now what the power of technology have brought to us. The power of technology and the power of social media has brought to us. And we are lucky that we are alive in this time and age to witness this. So people are now realizing that. So that's why you see so many different people from different backgrounds, people of different ages. It doesn't have any age limit. It does not have any age limit. So that's why many professionals are no longer asking, can I start an online business? What they're asking is, why didn't I start sooner? I was talking to one of my colleagues today who is trying to improve their own lives, who is trying to take that leap of faith, which they already did, trying to get into the online space so they can start leveraging. So by the time that she saw everything, we had a coaching call and discussed everything that we're doing with her. The question that came out of her mouth is, why didn't I start sooner? I'm like, oh my God, this can be a talking point. I get my inspiration from day-to-day life. That's where I get that message. Why didn't I start sooner? That's what she asked me. And I shook my head. I told her, I'm asking the same question too. I asked the same question, why didn't I start sooner? But no time is late. What is late is not even starting at all. That is what is late, because that is a regret somebody will carry to their grave. The second point is, we all know that when you have more income, you have more purchasing power, you have more options. And one of the biggest reasons why professionals explore digital entrepreneurship isn't because they don't love their careers. Yes, they do. They spend so many years in college to get their degrees. They love it with all their passion. They do. However, they want to travel more. They want to have control over their time. They want to make out some personal time to spend some more quality time with their loved ones, to do the things that matter, to just work regular job and not have to do all the overtimes. They want to cut out all that, because they now found a better way to pursue it. They want to spend more quality time with their families. They want to pay off their student loans. They want to pay off their mortgage. They want to do some of those things faster. They want to start saving for their retirement. I want to take it one by one because this is a very important discussion. I'm asking, why do professionals why do so many professionals turn into the online space? What is going on on the online space that when you open your Facebook or you open any of your social platforms, you see physicians there talking, you see nurses talking, you see nurse practitioners talking on the social media. This is things that wasn't happening 10 years ago. You see engineers on this, you see surgeons. The day I saw a surgeon, I'm like, oh my God. You see surgeons on Facebook talking. What is going on? Something must be going on. If you are not over here with us, you're going to be asking yourself, what is going on? Yes, they are trying to create more options for their family. They are trying to create legacy. They are trying to pay off debts. They're trying to pay off their mortgage faster. Most people in the diaspora get into all these big houses. They don't pay for those houses. They are living in those houses on loan. That is reality. Some are on 30-year mortgage. Some are on 25. Some are on 40-year mortgage. They may not even be able to finish paying for that in their entire lifetime. And they pass on that debt to their family. Those are the things individuals are trying to stop. People are trying to get ready for their retirement. Because the reality is, so many people that I know that retired went back to work. They pick up one job or the other to sustain themselves because that promised land that they were told to work for somebody for 30 years and retire with 70, 60, 80% of your salary, that will sustain you. They found out the hard reality at the age of 65, that 80%, 70% of their money, that pension is not doing it. It's not cutting it at all. And nobody want to cut down their level of life because they're retired. So professionals are finding out because they see their colleagues coming back to work after they retire. So everyone is getting wiser. People are getting online because they're trying to prepare for their retirement. That is one of the reasons. Now, one of the things that is actually impacting people's health is financial stress. That is a major predictor of someone's health. That is one thing that they are trying to also resolve. They are trying to create multiple means of income so that they can get out of financial stress. It's not that they're going to solve all their problems automatically. No, it doesn't work like that. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. No. But they start unleashing their potentials. They start planning their legacy. They start building. Because you got to start building. When they start building, then they can start looking at their future. They know that their future is solid. They know that their future is strong. That is one of those reasons. Number 3 is that the skills that they develop, the skills they develop are skills like lifetime skills. It creates new opportunities for them. Professionals already have very valuable skills. Communication skills, leadership skills, problem solving, time management, organization, name it. However, as entrepreneurs, professionals now, they apply all those skills into their business. And that's why they bloom. They blossom. They already have strength. They're only applying those skills and strengths in a brand new way. So instead of starting completely from the scratch, they come in with experience because they already have experience in their different fields. That experience and leveraging on that experience and monetizing their experience. That is exactly what is going on. So, just like everyday people, professionals, like I said, you already know, they have so much experience, and that experience they have and skills they have is what they're using in the online space. That's why they are succeeding like crazy. Number 4 point is that they're looking for flexibility. Why does flexibility matter? It does matter because most professionals are stuck with 9 to 5 or 12-hour shifts or different types of rigid schedule. And they find out that even though some of them are making good money already, however, they are stuck, they're bottled down. They are looking for a way to escape that rigidity, to get some kind of flexibility in their lives. And that is what matters. They want more control over their own lives, more control over their own schedule, more control over their own family time. So that is extremely important. Life is too short. So someone said that if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you're going to be working until you die. And that's not what we want for us. We want to be able to use what we have right now to get what we want. We want to be able to leverage the income that we're already making from our professionals and make that income work for us. That is the goal. And the particular opportunity that fits all that is digital career, digital entrepreneurship, because it has all those qualities that they're looking for. It has that flexibility. It has that ability to create multiple streams of income. It has it. It gives them the opportunity to apply the skills that they already have. So that is why it's amazing. It complements their career beautifully. It's not going to replace their career. Some people actually, when they be in this business for just 1 year or 1 year plus, some of them even actually quit completely because it replaced their income all the way. They don't really have to go to work. They just retire early, But like I said, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a business that people will be ready to learn and apply the skills they learn and see the results as they flow. The fifth point is that it has a strong community. Community makes a lot of difference. That even though you are in that business for yourself, but you're not by yourself, you have a lot of people supporting you. That's what makes it doable, because that's why people are able to come in even without experience and they're able to make it. That's why people are able to come in without a lot of tech savvy and they're able to make it, because they have mentorship, they have coaching, and they have a lot of training. So before we close, let's go over a few myths that people, a few misunderstandings, because I like people to have correct information so that when they are making decisions, they can make informed decisions. Because we're talking about people being able to control their own economy. The first myth is that someone needs to walk away from their career right away. That is not a fact. You don't have to walk away from your career. This is super flexible. That is why you are able to do it around your career. So I hope I have been able to clear that. It's something that you can do anytime. People do it in pockets of time that they have. Their lunch time, their 1 hour or 2 in the evening, here and there. That's it. The second one is that you don't need to be a tech expert, like we already said. You don't need to be tech expert. You just need your phone and your computer and a working Wi-Fi, and you're good to go. And number 3 is that you don't have to be an influencer. You don't have to have a lot of followers. Someone me one day when I was doing a coaching call, how am I going to do online business when I don't even have a Facebook page? I don't even have any follower. So I just laughed. I'm like, nobody started as an expert. You're going to start as you are, and then you grow. You don't need to be an influencer. That's the good part of it, because we use the power of social media. You don't have to be an influencer to do an online or digital business. And the other one is that, what do I need to do then? The only thing that one needs is a nice positive mindset, ability to connect with people, ability to be mentored. And number 1 is also to have a big why, to have a reason. It's something that you're pursuing, something you have your mind on. Yes, you have a why. There's a reason why you want to do this. Then you're good to go. That's where you're coming with positive mindset. And you have your audience. You talk just like I'm talking to you people now. So it is not rocket science. It is something that I got into, and I am super grateful to God. It is answered prayer for me. I am just, when I talk about it, I feel emotional, because sometimes we be praying, but when God answers us in so many different ways. So that is why it is almost impossible for me not to come here and share it. I feel guilty not to do that. So that's why you see me here every evening. Sometimes I'm able to hop on by 8, sometimes I have things in between, but I try to get on here at least before I lay down every day for a few minutes and talk to somebody. So if you're someone out there, whether you're a professional, it doesn't matter your background, but you have had that nudge in your heart that you would like a change, that you are tired of this rat race, tired of doing the same old, same old, same old, and nothing is changing. Because believe me, if nothing changes, nothing changes. Something must give, something must change, and that change begins in you. So we have the system now. We have online business systems. We have the community. We have everything that everyone needs to succeed. The only barrier to you is you. You are the only barrier to yourself. That is why I keep talking about mindset. When you position your mindset, when you begin to believe in yourself. And that's why I want us to start building confidence in this community. Because I have almost 25, almost 30,000 people following me. And if I am able to change some lives and families of this community, I will be more than a happy person. That is why I take it as a responsibility to come out here and continue to share my experience, continue to share what I have seen in the online space, how it has changed my own life, and how it can change life for somebody else, how it has changed life for so many different people. There's a celebration we are doing in our business community this week. One of our senior coaches who has gotten to, she has spent about 5 years in this business, and right now she has built a lifetime legacy for herself. Not only does she earn 6 figures every month, I'm not saying every year, she earns professionals annual salary she earns in 1 month. That's what she does. And but like I said, you're not gonna compare your 1 year with somebody's 5 years. She's been in this business for 5 years. She did this business for only 1 year and she was able to walk away from her job. So she's bossless, doing this business full time, now earning 6 figures. So many incredible success stories. I don't even know where to begin. So the legacy that we are celebrating for that lady, not just that she's earning 6 figures every month, she has earned a legacy. I don't know whether to call it pension. I don't know what to call it, but this is a legacy lifetime monthly income of $10,000 for her lifetime, as long as she lives. And even when she retires, even when she finish her own lifetime and pass away, she's still gonna hand it over to her children. It's not going anywhere. This is her family legacy forever. That's what they call generational wealth. That's what we're talking about. What we're talking about, the success in the online space is not the success of just to eat or pay rent. No, we're talking about generational wealth. That's what we're talking about. That's why I come out here to talk about it, until it gets, drum it into the ears of our people. Drum it into the ears of our people so that we can start looking around. We can start asking questions. We can start sending that question. Tell me a little more about. I want to know a little more, because they say knowledge is power. This little life that we come out here and do for 15 minutes and 20 minutes is not enough. It's not enough to kind of break down because it's huge. It's something that we're going to sit down on one-on-one and be on a coaching call. Watch the free webinar. We have a webinar. We have a 20 minutes webinar. We have a 90 minutes webinar that we're going to send to you if you reach out for more information. And when you watch it, you see for yourself. So if you're a professional out there, or you're someone out there who is looking for greater flexibility, who is looking to have more family time, who is tired of working overtime, who thinks that they have paid their time. I don't know about you, but for me, I have paid my time. There was a time I used ED. I worked ED for over 10 years, and we were on our feet for 12 hours. We lived it, we enjoyed it. But that was then, that's when we were younger. But now, I have paid my time. And I know a lot of folks out there who have paid their time. They don't need all that extra hours anymore. They need flexibility in their life. They need to be able to go to the gym. They need to be able to go out to dinner. They need to be able to travel. It's so many things that folks need to be doing. And people who are younger, it is even much better for them because they have a lot of time ahead of them to build as much generational wealth. The earlier they start, the better. But those who are actually have gone advanced or middle aged, it's still okay. But at least you start building a solid retirement. And also you start building stuff that you can also hand over. It is so important. So, not even to talk of additional income, it is our responsibility to fix our own family economy. We know that everyone is saying economy is bad, economy is bad. We are talking about it in a larger scale. Economy of the country is not too good. I get all that. But what about the economy in your own house? You are the president of your house. So how is the economy in your house? My question for you. Yes, whatever country you are, you blaming your president. You blaming the those in the government that they're not doing this, they're not doing that. I understand all that. I am not trying to I'm not political or anything like that. Not at all. But I'm asking about the economy in your own house. How is it? You are the president, you are the boss of your house. How is the economy in that your house? It is your responsibility to fix it. So that is the hard truth that we must face. So, and are you going to be able to fix it with every 2 weeks one check? No, you're not. If you are still in that game, you got to come out. You got to come out. You're still going to keep your job, but you got to come into the online space. Let us show you what is possible. Because if you don't know, you don't know. But if you know, you know. When you come into the online space, then we show you what is possible. You know what the potential that you are carrying, especially my professionals who have so many years of experience. That's your experience. I need you to monetize it. You have been working as a nurse for 20 years or as a physician for 15 years, 20 years. You have been working as an IT person for 10, 15 years. I need you to monetize that your experience. That is what I'm preaching. So if you want to know more, send me a message. You can send me either my WhatsApp number, I hope is up there. If not, you have my website, you have, or you can even DM me. Let's talk about it. Let's show you what is possible, because that is what is going on. Those days are gone when people put their certificate in the shove it in the suitcase. People are now smarter. People are now monetizing their experience. So I'm going to leave you guys to have a beautiful night. But remember, learning is a continuous process. The economy have changed. Times have changed. And I want us to also change with it. I don't want us to be stuck. So if this conversation encouraged you in any way, I want you to think differently. It's not about getting information, but what did you do with it? Take that bold step. Take that action. Seek that make that a single connection that you need. It's only one connection that you need. Make that connection, reach out, and I am more than happy to share more. And if you know someone who you think could benefit from this discussion, share it, because we are trying to spread this word so everyone can leverage it. All right, now, you guys have a beautiful, beautiful night, and I'll see you all tomorrow night. Bye-bye now.